sharp but not dangerous. If government is subdued, the people will be honest. If the government is obstructive, the people will be discontent. Misery and happiness are interdependent, and one hides behind the other. Who knows their limits? Without the orthodox, the unorthodox takes over, and good turns to bad. This befuddles the people with enduring confusion. So the master or the enlightened man stands 4 squares without causing harm. Is sharp but not dangerous. Is straight but does not overextend. Shines but does not dazzle. Okay, sorry for the missteps, but greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax. Today, we are talking about chapter 58 of the Tao Te Ching. There you go, illustrated edition. Every now and then I like to give credit to the translator, James Trapp. It's beautiful illustrations. It's beautiful writing. It gives you the traditional Chinese inscription and then the translation. I really enjoyed this translation particularly. It's basically, this is talking about leadership, being sharp but not dangerous, having sort of the ability to lead, the ability to manage situations without dominating them or conquering them or destroying them. And obviously it's very relevant for our world today. I feel like many of our leaders are not sharp, and yet they are very dangerous. They say that a blunt knife is more dangerous than a sharp one, and I feel like we've got a few too many blunt knives in the world today. Not to get too political, but so I think a big part of this, yes, is to deal with how to be a very skilled and competent person, but you don't necessarily need to put all of those things into practice, if you know what I mean. So if you are a very competent leader and you have all of the skills, a lot of times what you're going to be doing is you're just going to be sitting back and letting other people manage the situation. And you only step in when the situation demands it, when one of the team group members is sort of dominating the whole situation and you've got to put them in their place. You have to say, whoa, no, this other person had a really good idea. We're gonna let them talk. We're not gonna mansplain. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna let some of these things just exist. So that's kind of the idea, is you're sharp, but you're not dangerous. It also deals a little bit with the idea of non-duality or duality, because a lot of times things that we immediately associate, like sharp, with dangerous, sometimes those things are actually complementary. And it's kind of a difficult concept to explain, but Taoism does it really well. In many ways, concepts you think are polar opposites actually go together quite well. And I think it's universal. It's one of the reasons why we have hot and cold packs for muscle injuries. Like, heat helps muscles, but also chilling it and cooling it does. It's why some people use cold plunges and then they jump into a sauna, because these two very different attributes actually help your body really well. And it's the same with flavors. A lot of chefs will tell you that salty and sweet go really well together and that you can complement it. Complement flavors really well. And I personally have to say that I love salted caramel ice cream, and that's salty and sweet, and I think that's awesome. So the idea of non-duality is that opposites often go really well together. We see it in relationships, we see it in the world, in nature, that a lot of times these things actually come together to create something that is much better than themselves. And so being sharp but not dangerous is kind of a really good concept. And I really like the imagery. I really like the symbolism of it, because I think a Taoist at the heart, at the ideal version in my head of a Taoist, is somebody who is extremely competent, very positive, very encouraging, wise beyond their years, insightful, happy, but they don't need to be shouting it from the rooftops. Many Taoists live a very quiet, enjoyable, isolated life. They'll help out the people in their lives, but their focus is not to spread the gospel, spread the word of the Tao, and try and get it out and say, oh my gosh, I'm so much better than all of you. I'm a Taoist, you know. Taoist people don't do that. You will never see a true Taoist sort of talking about how much better their life is, how much better they are from other people, because a Taoist doesn't believe that. They embody this sort of positive energy where they allow the universe just to exist, and they follow the Tao, and they follow these principles of not interfering with other people, not riding roughshod over other people, not making people feel insecure or weird about their existence. Shines but does not dazzle. That's a great way of doing it. I think we look at celebrities in many ways, and especially the celebrities that have these lifestyle brands where they sell products and things, and we think, oh man, these people are like living just an absolutely, you know, blessed life, and they're conquering the world, and oh my gosh. But I do wonder if they have actually achieved happiness, or if it's kind of a facade in order to sell the lifestyle brand. And I think with Taoism, what's great about it is it's so accessible. It's really easy. You can look up all this stuff online. You don't need to buy a fancy book like this. And this book was not like by all means expensive or fancy or anything. I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful edition, and I really love it. But Taoism is accessible, and it involves taking things out of your life. You know, you don't need to go and buy all of these products. You don't need to go and, you know, travel the world and seek spiritual enlightenment in Tibet. You can really just understand and learn Taoism, and you end up removing a lot of unnecessary things in life. You end up just embodying peace and tranquility. So I think that's pretty special. And again, I really love this chapter. The idea of being sharp but not dangerous, I think, is so good. The idea that you often, or at least I often, listen to MMA fighters and former Navy SEALs and things like that, just on podcasts and stuff. And so many of them are incredibly kind and gentle. And I imagine them going out in the world and just existing. And, you know, they know that they are competent. They are completely, they have all the skills and all the tools in their disposal to protect themselves and their families and whatever. And so because of that, they're really not a threat to anybody. They just exist. As long as you don't bug them, there's no need for them to, you know, get all angry or anything. My brother calls these people the break in case of emergency people. You know, like you'll see like a fire extinguisher behind glass, and you've got to break the glass in order to get the fire extinguisher. These are the kind of people that are those fire extinguishers, because they're the kind of people that solve problems in really bad situations, you know, natural disasters or different sort of bad events. They're the people you want because they're incredibly competent, but to us, they're not dangerous because their whole existence has been about protecting and responsible leadership and responsible existence. So I don't know. I just, those are my thoughts about being sharp but not dangerous. And yeah, so guys, let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm really enjoying these Taoist videos. They're very enjoyable to do on a beautiful morning like this. It's just, I'm still in the south of France. So yes, anyway, I will say cheerio, and as always guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow.